What's up, guys? Mitchell here from Plugged. We're gonna run you through.
What's up, guys? Mitchell here from Plugged. We're gonna run you through. What's up, guys? Mitchell here from
Plugged. All right, sorry about that. All right, Mitchell here from Plugged. We're gonna run you through how to set up for Week 7 tomorrow. Cook some BOGOs. I'm here with Shane.
Yeah, how's it going, guys?
So the first thing that we're gonna go through is basically our new modes we just pushed in the update. So let me pull it up. All right, so first thing you want to do is always open up the app. We don't have the releases keywords in there yet. They will be in there right after this stream. We'll update everything. But basically we got 3 new modes updated for this week. Supreme Mobile 2, and Supreme Mobile 3. And as you can see, there's also a ticket harvester under the site selected drop down.
All right, so now we're actually going to run you how we would set up for tomorrow. So first thing you want to do is create a ticket harvester task, and that's right here. Then simply press save. And then what you will want to do is, this is what we're recommending you do, is you'll do 2 Supreme Mobile 2 tasks.
So hypothetically, if we wanted to run all for box logos.
Yeah, I'm just using the boxer as an example. Also 2 Supreme Mobile tasks. And then 2 Supreme Mobile 3 tasks.
So basically the point of this is to spread out your tasks over 3 separate methods. Since tomorrow is a very big drop and there potentially could be site changes on Supreme, and we want to give you guys the highest chance of actually being able to cop a box logo or any other products you're going for tomorrow.
Yeah, and each one of these modes does have a different way to stay undetected by Supreme. So once you make all your tasks for tomorrow, what you want to actually do is exit out of the app and close it and then reopen it, just so it's a fresh refresh. And then what you're going to want to do a minute before drop is start the ticket harvester task. And as you see, it's collecting cookies. We're just going to let it collect a few.
So basically, for the full minute, Supreme usually changes their anti-bot, like updates ticket like a minute 30 before every release. So we're starting at a minute to make sure we account for those changes. So it'll collect the cookies for a minute straight, which you never want to stop that, because if you stop it, it'll clear all of the cookies. So just let that run throughout the entire drop.
Yeah, so once you start it, never stop it. And then I'll go ahead and start all tasks. You want to start all tasks 15 seconds before the drop. So I'll go ahead and press that.
So as you can see, basically normal process, all tasks. All the modes will have similar statuses. And no, this is not all for one profile, by the way. You definitely don't want to run all or 6 tasks using the same profile. I would recommend spreading it out between your profiles. So as you can see, it's still harvesting cookies. We're at 43.
Yeah, it'll harvest cookies while you're running during the drop too, which is good.
And those all declined.
Yeah, I mean, I'm using a test profile right now, so we're going to get to decline, but that is not going to be the case tomorrow.
Oh, so yeah.
And as you can see, like Supreme Mobile 2 or like one mode may take longer than the other. But that's something you need to worry about. It's completely normal.
So yeah, this is the setup for EU is exactly what we're showing you right now. So this is going to be what you guys want to use for EU. And then if we do need to make changes for US, you'll post about that in the Discord tomorrow.
And like we always do, we will post a release guide in the Discord after this once the keywords are posted. So just to go through it again, what you're going to do is have 2 Supreme Mobile tasks, 2 Supreme Mobile 2 tasks, and 2 Supreme Mobile 3 tasks, then 1 harvester task. But if you do want to run more than that, what you should do is add on more Supreme Mobile tasks.
And yeah, like I said, so for profiles, I would recommend trying to get as many different cards as you can tomorrow, like family members or like friends and things like that. And distribute those throughout your task. So if you start with 2, 2, and 2, like use your profiles like 1 and 1, 1 and 1 and 1 and 1.
And like I know we did post in Discord earlier, but do not use any proxies tomorrow. For example, local harvester cannot use proxies. So that's why we're saying do not use any proxies.
Yeah, I mean that's basically because Ticket distributes different files based on your IP, and if you start using proxies and stuff, it'll be harvesting cookies that won't actually work for the actual task. So we want to make sure we don't have that happen tomorrow.
And also, just another reminder, make sure you are logged into Google for the Captcha Harvester. As you can see, I'm already logged in because it says clear Google sign in. But if you're not logged in, it'll say sign in. Simply just tap that, log into Google, and you're good.
So yeah, for delays, we were just running through kind of like the basic setup for tomorrow. All the delays and all of the exact setup recommendations will be posted in the guide, like always, after the stream's concluded.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for the initial setup. But we also do want to touch a little bit on restocks, which is, after the initial drop. And what you'll do there is when it comes to what mode to use, I know there are 3 now. For restocks, you will only use Supreme Mobile, which is the first one. So run all your restocks with that. And then, as you guys know, we do have restock mode, which gives you notifications. So to do that, you just go into settings, press restock mode, turn it on, select which region you want to do, and press save. And then you'll get notifications to your phone once something restocks. And make sure that you have a card or profile starred in settings so it knows which profile to use for the quick task. And what you'll do is once you get a notification, you'll hold down the notification or force touch it, and then you'll press start quick task. And it'll automatically open up the app and have the task running.
Yeah, don't use privacy cards. They haven't worked on Supreme in a long time. Just it's not even worth the time. You won't get success using them.
And as far as delays, when we do post recommended delays, that'll be for each like site mode. There's no specific delays per site selector.
Yeah, so for the ticket harvester, you want to create that task. You can create the task whenever you want. Like you can set it up whenever, but you want to start it exactly a minute before the drop. So you can literally make it right now after you update and just leave it. And then you just want to make sure you start that 1 minute before the drop, depending if you're EU or US. And yeah, I'm going to upload this to YouTube right after it's done. So you'll be able to go back and pause and stuff, set up while you're setting up for tomorrow.
And yeah, when we say harvester, we're talking about the ticket harvester task like we have right now. We're not talking about the Captcha harvester task. And someone asked, so if we run proxies, like I said, do not run proxies tomorrow. If you guys have any questions, please just keep asking them away in the chat and we'll answer them.
For quick tasks, you don't have to worry about the ticket harvester. It doesn't actually use that mode. And ticket's not enforced usually for restock, so it doesn't need any harvested cookies.
Yeah, so for restocks, like I said earlier, only use Supreme Mobile, and no, you don't have to worry about the ticket harvester at all.
And then I guess touching on like not using proxies tomorrow, I personally wouldn't recommend like going too crazy on tasks, because you can get rate limited and then you really won't be able to check out. And with the new modes and stuff, it might be a little more take more power from your device you're using. So I wouldn't actually recommend like going too crazy. Like if you have 10 profiles, you might be pushing it trying to run all of them at once.
As far as people saying, I heard it's 1 item per profile. I mean, people say it's on a lot of drops and every single year. We've never seen this issue. We don't see it being an issue, but like any other week, make sure to have the max amount of profiles you can create that you're running with, and make sure each profile that you make is the most different it can be from one another, the most unique.
Yeah, like we aren't actually like we're not specifically recommending to only run 1 task per profile, but I mean it's always safer to not run too many on one and distribute your profiles out to your tasks. So if there's any way you can find more cards and like friends and stuff like that, like I said, make sure you try and do that before the drop. And
yes, you can use 5 profiles. Is 6 tasks fine? Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much like the minimum we're recommending is 2 tasks per mode. So 2 Supreme Mobile, 2 Supreme Mobile 2, and 2 Supreme Mobile 3. And then the 1 Ticket Harvester task. Wi-Fi or LTE, I would personally just use whichever one's faster. I'll just touch on how to add a Ticket Harvester task again. Basically, what we'll do is just go into releases. Just press the plus in the upper right. Go to Site Selector, select Ticket Harvester, and then just press Save. Then you'll see it there. So should each profile address be different? Yeah, I mean, if you can, for sure, make it different.
what are the minimum tasks if I'm using 6 profiles?
And 1 profile per task.
I mean, yeah, I would just run 1 profile per task you're running. So like just spread it out like evenly amongst your tasks.
Yes, you still have to make the Ticket Harvester task if you're in the US.
I don't think gift cards work, Visa gift cards. I wouldn't recommend going out and buying some or trying them if you don't have any. I mean, if you want to try it, if you have some, go for it, but I'm pretty positive they don't. I mean, you can look up on Google address jiggers and compare them and pick whatever one you think is the best for you. There's no like specific method, I guess, but there is some out there like that sneaker people have posted and stuff like that to like automatically do it for you.
And yeah, keep in mind, there are a lot of products dropping that aren't just the BOGO tomorrow. So we ran through this setup. We're not just talking, all of this for the BOGO. Whatever your products are going for, spread out throughout the modes per product.
All right, so I see a lot of people saying they have a lot of profiles and like some dudes had 15. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't recommend. I would recommend running around like 8 to 10 tasks maximum tomorrow, especially with all our new modes and stuff like that. We don't want anything to go badly with your bot, so just make sure you don't go too crazy. It's always better to just take it easy, especially on a site or a release where you don't really know how bad the site's going to handle the traffic and stuff like that. So I would recommend 6 to 10 tasks. That's probably like the perfect spot.
So instead, I only have 1 profile. How should I spread out my tasks in terms of modes? You want to use all 3 modes tomorrow, 100%. So what I would do, I would run 2 tasks per mode. 3 profiles, run 1 of each. I mean, keep in mind there are different modes. It's not like you're running all 1 mode. So I would still run 2 tasks of each mode.
Yeah. Yeah, so like in the beginning of this, which is going to be uploaded, so you can go back and check it out. But yeah, you're going to run Supreme Mobile, Mobile 2, and Mobile 3, all 3 modes tomorrow. So yeah, it would probably be easiest to go back after we upload this to YouTube. I'm going to post a link in the Discord, and you can just pause it throughout the video wherever you need to, and just follow exactly what we recommended in the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, I was just saying 3 modes total, so you want to use all 3 modes tomorrow.
Yeah, you don't have to. Like if you have one profile, you can run 3 tasks, 1 per mode. You don't have to necessarily go for all 6 modes or all 6 tasks.
What we for sure need to do is have 1 task of each mode
Yeah.
as the absolute minimum.
Definitely run 1 of each. So yeah, the delays we're gonna post in the guide like right after this video. So it's gonna be a range like normal. Nothing's really gonna change in that aspect from week to week, but
Yeah, we will be posting the complete release guide like we do every single week in the Discord. And like we say every week, especially since it's BOGO week, our release recommendation might change in between EU and US. So make sure to, double check in the Discord just to make sure you're up to date with the latest release guide.
yeah, you only need to run 1 ticket harvester. Mainly because we haven't been able to test down a drop, and there's no reason to run 2. Because 1 will do the job perfectly fine. So yeah, just run 1. I guess for AYCD, the main thing I have to say about it is just make sure that when you get your keys from AYCD's dashboard, that you enter them in the correct field. There's a lot of people who have switched them around. And then when you go to run on release, you will never get past waiting for CAPTCHA. So just always triple check that. And if you aren't using AYCD, make sure that you have it off. Because if you do have it on, you also still get stuck. So I've seen people do that as well. And we don't want you getting stuck on such an important drop. So make sure like you go through your stuff, like triple check everything. And yeah, just to be sure.
Yeah, so someone asked, can we do 3 on each? Mobile 1, mobile 2, mobile 3, or should it rather be 5 mobile, 2 mobile 2, and 2 mobile 3? That's what I would do. If you're trying to run more than 2 on each mode, for sure make the majority of them on Supreme Mobile. So yeah, if you're trying to run 9 tasks, there should be 5 Supreme Mobile 1s, 2 Supreme Mobile 2s, and 2 Supreme Mobile 3s. And then of course your 1 ticket harvester task.
So if you're US, I would recommend waiting until after EU to create your task so that we can update colors, and if there's any keyword errors, we can do that. Because usually we recommend to recreate them before US, just so that colors are confirmed and stuff like that. If you're EU, yeah, right after we update releases, you can go ahead and set up everything.
And as far as upgrading to iOS 14, I mean that's not something you need to do. I'm using iOS 14 right now. Mitchell's on iOS 13 right now. There's no issues with either. And our chat is open.
Task timeout, you can leave it at the default. This is mainly used in case there is lag on Supreme's end. We'll announce in the Discord if you need to make any changes to that, like right as the drop's happening and stuff like that. We haven't had to use it at all this entire season, but there has been drops in the past where it would come in handy. So just make sure you're paying attention to Discord and stuff as well. And I guess I'll just throw it out there. Don't leave the app during the release. You need to stay in it the entire time to actually have the task go through the entire process. And yeah, it works fine on iPads. You can run on any iOS device that supports at least iOS 13. All right, so I think that basically covers anything. I see a lot of the same questions being posted. So we're gonna get to work, do the guides and releases and keywords. So those will be posted very soon. I'm gonna post this on YouTube as well at the same time as that. If you have any other questions, don't hesitate to open a ticket in the Discord server, and we'll get back to you pretty quickly. Yeah, I think that's about it. I wish you all the best of luck tomorrow. We've worked pretty hard this week on getting everything set up, so hoping for the best.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Looking forward to tomorrow. See ya.